coaching this generation's real estate superstars. Harris Real Estate University.
So one side says Wheel of Business 1, the other side says Wheel of Business 2. Just be on side 1 if you would right now. Thank you. So this is a real simple tool, and you can use this in a lot of the areas of your business. So what I'd like you to do is think of these sections of the pie in terms of what is your satisfaction level right now in your business with each of these areas. If you look at the right up here, and Diane talked about our P&Ls this morning. When you look at your P&L each month, ask yourself, how satisfied am I with what I'm seeing? Am I getting the numbers I want? Am I getting the results I want? So what you do is just color in on the wheel. Let's say I'm about 70% on my P&L. So go ahead and do this right now. Color in on your wheel. How satisfied am I with my P&L?
That's assuming they look at P&Ls every month, right?
Anybody know what a P&L is?
Well, if you don't look at your P&L, then you might not be real satisfied. Or you might be so satisfied, like Greg, that you just never have to look at it.
Right.
Or you pay someone else to look at it.
Yeah.
Right, Greg?
That's exactly right.
Here's one. How many of you, I won't ask you to show your hands. Those of you in the room who are working with Tim, I'm sure have one, but you'd be surprised when I ask this question in front of a large group, how many of you have a written business plan? Maybe 50% of the hands in the room go up. How many of you look at it at least once a month? About 80% of the hands drop, so we're down to a pretty small percentage. 40% of agents in this business have a business plan according to NAR statistics. 60% of the agents are operating with no written business plan whatsoever. Scary. So when you consider your business plan, then go ahead and color in on the wheel. How satisfied are you with your written business plan? Let's say I might be 85% satisfied. Go ahead and color on your sheet. I'll give them originals to Tim, so if you want to have a blank copy afterwards, you can have that. Okay? Let's just jump to a different spot on the wheel. Let's jump down here to marketing plan. Maybe you were pretty satisfied when you got here this morning, and now you've heard Greg talk about micro markets, and you're thinking there's a whole other element I want to incorporate. So let's say maybe you're only at 50%. Okay, so the whole premise of using these wheels, whether you're using them for business or you're using them for quality of life, so that you can start identifying what are the areas in my business where I'm less than satisfied, and this is where you should be creating your short-term goals. If you went ahead and filled this all in, I have to ask you the question, how smooth is the ride if you're driving on these wheels? You pretty quickly see you're having a pretty bumpy ride. So I can look at this and say, all right, if I'm going to do goal planning for the next 30 days, I know my primary action plans are going to be around marketing because that's where I really have a lot of room for improvement. There's another one on the back, Wheel of Business 2, and this one's really helpful when you start looking at your business in terms of a team. So it gets into leadership, it gets into communication skills, it gets into teamwork and productivity. The one I really want to get you into is the second handout that I have for you today, and that is the Wheel of Life, because this is where I'm seeing most agents. There you go. This is where I'm seeing that most agents are really missing it right now. The focus is on business, and there's no attention being paid to quality of life. Do you mind if I pick on you guys real quick? I had the pleasure of sitting with these two at lunch. It's Michael and Michelle. I said, so you're engaged. Did you set a date yet? And they said, yeah, 3 times, but we're just so busy that we have to keep pushing it out. So, you know, I don't know who your business coach is. I hope that your coach is saying, you know, on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is this to you? And if it's more important than these other things that you're doing, then how about what would it take to get you to that date and that kind of stuff. So what I'd like you to do right now, I'll check back with you before the end of the day and see how we're coming on.
For free daily coaching, go to timandjulieharris.com. Harris Real Estate University.